Why is a raven like a writing desk? I ask. It rhymed. Oh, I feel poisoned by bad poetry. It is February 2nd, and I am about to rant.
Guys, I don't know why I'm doing this. It's like it's a secret, but I feel like a little kid. I made a little book nook. Look at it. Ta-da! I'm gonna pour us some tea and we can get started with the wrap up.
Window, I can see it all. Even if I could, it'll all be great. Picture of my.
Oh, we need a candle. I feel like we need a little candle. Yeah, there's a sloth on it, so probably why it's not working. Oh, we got a whole Alice in Wonderland kind of party going on in here. So, why is a raven like a writing desk? I ask. It rhymed. So now that we're feeling nice, we're feeling comfortable, I want to start us off with a nice little rant. I want to talk about the worst book that I read in January, and that is Validate Me by Charly Cox. Thank you, Charly Cox, for writing this book and for giving me a chance to rant today. It is it is February 1st. It is February 2nd, and I am about to rant. It says, divine, so refreshing yet familiar. It was not familiar at all. I couldn't relate to it. I thought it was very self-indulgent. It's just a terrible little book, terrible little collection of poems. And I'm sorry it sounds harsh, but I just didn't like it at all. I can only hope. Is that Charly Cox? Because if that's you, Charly, you know what? She's trying to mess up my video. She's trying to mess up my video. So I was trying to say, I hope I don't get to meet a single person who can relate to this book. I hope everybody finds it unrelatable. You know why? Because of one of the poems that's in this, and I want to read it out to you, and I'm so sorry in advance that you have to listen to it. So, oh, before I get started with this terrible poem, I want to tell you that I bought this because it's was supposed to be about, well, it is about social media and how on like an everyday basis we have a constant need to be validated. And it's such a great theme, and I'm so frustrated that 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 we got this for this team. Like I okay. Um and because it's true. It is true. I know that we do depend on like there are a lot of people out there that depend on likes, and we just want to be validated, right? We want others to like us, and it is something I can also relate to. Like, I got my Instagram, I got my social media, but this is not how I wanted to talk about this. And let me read this poem because I was literally sick. I was sick after I read it. Push notifications. And Charlie's feeling like this. Happy birthday. I don't mean it. I hope it's awful. An empty bar because all your friends were on holiday. Happy birthday. I don't mean it. I hope your parents got confused and text your sister instead. Happy birthday. I don't mean it. I hope you're filled with dread that I got a push notification to remind me you weren't dead and I wished you were. Like I'm dreading. I'm dreading this poem. I can't believe this exists. Like, do you really wish, like, if you don't like somebody, like, if you get a notification, why don't you just remove them from your friends list? Like, if you hate them so much that you wish they were dead, please go ahead and, remove that person. Charlie, this was so unrelatable. I'm so sorry. It was awful. It was awful. Oh, yeah. Another one that I loved. It says, all reads are good. For the love of Christ, Keats and Rupee, for the love of the lonely, for love of the only words that make us safe, pick up this book, pick up another, just find comfort for comfort's sake. Slate it, slant it, sling it back. Cast it stupid, naive, unpretty, but one man's pile of precocious shit is still allowed to be a young girl's favorite ditty. No, no, Charly Cox. No. That is a no from me. Oh, I feel poisoned by bad poetry. Let's remove this awful aura. And I want to talk to you about the another another collection of poems that I read, but this one is really lovely and it is by Michael Ondaatje. You may know Michael Ondaatje. He's a very known Canadian author and he wrote The English Patient. I think I saw the movie. I'm not sure. I might have seen it. It's an old one. But yeah, in this one there are some beautiful, beautiful poems that I really loved. All this noise at your neck, heart clapping like green bamboo, this earring which has flipped over and falls into the pool of your ear, the waves against Blackstone that was 1,000-year-old, burning red river could not reach us. And I find that really beautiful. Like you're so in love with this person and with every part of their body. It's like the only noise you can hear is like what's going on, like their heart beating and the earrings. Nothing else can reach you. Beautiful. There's another one that I really love, and I feel like if you have a kid, if you have a child, you will be able to relate to it even more. It's called Bear Hug. Griffin calls to come and kiss him goodnight. I yell, okay. Finish something I'm doing, then something else, walk slowly round the corner to my son's room. He's standing, arms outstretched, waiting for a bear hug, grinning. Why do I give my emotion an animal's name? Give it that dark squeeze of death. This is the hug which collects all his small bones and his warm neck against me. The thin, tough body under the pajamas locks to me like a magnet of blood. How long was he standing there like that before I came? Oh, and there is a poem, like this whole collection of poems is named The Cinnamon Peeler by the most famous poem by Michael Ondaatje. And my favorite one, but I can't read it to you because I feel like it's very erotic and I just don't feel comfortable. Like, I mean, we have sloths right here, so I can't. But look it up. Please look it up and read it. It's really good. The Cinnamon Peeler. And I gotta say, there were some poems that I didn't understand at all. Like, this one is called Pig Glass. Bonjour, this is pig glass, a piece of cloudy sea, nosed out of the earth by swine, and smoothed into pebble. Run it across your cheek, it will not cut you. And this is my hand, a language which was buried for years. Touch it against your stomach. What? I'm sorry. Maybe, like, let me know what was going on in the pig glass. Like, is it, again, if it's something naughty and erotic, if I feel like I'm gonna be so embarrassed, but let me know if you if you know what that was. But overall, a very nice collection of poems by Michael Ondaatje. Please check him out. I just got an email. My student passed his exam. Manuel, I'm so proud of you. I know maybe you're watching this because I know you've helped me on here, but high pass. Yes. You did it. You did it. My cat is here and she's like freaking out. Like, what is this? What is this? Do you like it? Do you like it? You can sit here. I'm gonna bring you your little blankie. And then the next, and it's actually the first book that I read in January to start, to start my year off right with a classic, because I want to read one classic per month. And I think Deborah is going to join me in April. We're going to be reading April or May, she said, I think. Right, Deborah? I'm not April or May. We're going to see. And we're going to be reading The Picture of Dorian Gray. So, yeah, that is very exciting. But going back to Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Hey, baby. That is your blanket. Yes. You can sit on it. Oh, look at her. Yes. So yeah, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I'm not going to talk too much about it because we all know the story. I read it for the first time when I was in high school, and it was an amazing experience because I didn't know about, the big twist. If you don't know it, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but you probably do. So I was not familiar with the story at all. And can you imagine going into this sort of book without having any prior knowledge? It was great. And when I reread it, it was still good. And yeah, I have a whole video talking about it, so I'm going to link it somewhere, either here or in the description box. But it was really good. And the second time around, I was aware of some other things. And that's the beauty of rereading, that you can actually get a different perspective on something that you didn't see before. So, yes, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, very good. And the last one, and the best one, is like, oh, my little Algernon. I love this book. I think it's gonna be one of my all-time favorite ones, to be honest with you. I just loved it so much, and I dedicated a whole video talking about this. So you can go and check it out. So I'm not gonna take too much of your time talking about this. But yeah, basically, this is a book about Charlie who wants to get smart. His IQ is very low, and they want to get an operation done on him. It's going to be the first human to do this. They've already done it, but on a mouse, and this mouse called Algernon, but never on a human. So Charlie is the first one, and you'll see how it goes. But it's very devastating. I was devastated. You can check out my thoughts in a separate video. So yeah, that is it for my wrap up. I managed to read 4 books, and I'm reading managed to read 4 books, and I'm also reading, well, let me bring it. I'm also reading 12 Rules for Life by Jordan Peterson, but I'm reading like chapter by chapter, and I got a whole year to read it because I'm reading it with Brandon and Anna, sorry, and that is on their channel, so I'm gonna link it down below. They discuss it like in detail, like each chapter is discussed in detail, and I've been enjoying their videos so far. So yes, I'm reading that one. I'm also reading Paradiso. the Divine Comedy by Dante, and I I never thought I'd read the Divine Comedy, but I discovered this wonderful channel called Tom LA Books, and he does a wonderful job of analyzing every single canto in the Divine Comedy. And right now we're working on Paradiso, so and I got my physical copy is supposed to arrive in 2 weeks, so I'm very excited. And great job, Tom. If you're watching this, I really enjoy your videos. So that is it. I hope you enjoyed my little book nook and my reviews, the rant, the love, all that. So I will see you in the next video. Bye.